Gen Z, listen up. In a world that constantly tests your worth, it's easy to feel like you're not enough. The pressure, the expectations, the endless comparison, it's exhausting. But here's the truth, your mental health isn't just important, it's everything. This speech is a reality check, a wake-up call, and a roadmap to reclaiming your power. It's time to break free from doubt, silence the noise, and build a mindset that fuels success. If you've ever felt lost or overwhelmed, this is the moment that changes everything. Stay with me, your breakthrough starts now. The hard truth about mental health is that it affects every part of your life, your confidence, relationships, decisions, and even your success. Yet so many people, especially Gen Z, tend to overlook it until it becomes overwhelming. Society often teaches you to keep pushing, to keep grinding, to just deal with it. But ignoring your mental health doesn't make you stronger, it only makes the battle harder. Every day you wake up and face a world that constantly bombards you with expectations. You're supposed to have it all figured out. Social media shows you people who seem to be living perfect lives, success at a young age, flawless relationships, happiness without effort. But what you don't see is their struggle, their failures, their moments of doubt. You compare your lowest moments to someone else's highlight reel, and that comparison slowly eats away at you. It makes you question your worth, your progress, your purpose. The truth is, mental health isn't about being happy all the time. It's about resilience, it's about how you handle the challenges, the failures, and the moments when you feel like giving up. Too many people assume that struggling with anxiety, depression, or self-doubt makes them weak. That couldn't be further from the truth. The strongest people are the ones who acknowledge their struggles and fight through them, not the ones who pretend they don't exist. Your mind is your greatest asset, but if you don't take care of it, it can also become your greatest enemy. That's why understanding and prioritizing your mental health is not optional, it's essential. If you're constantly stressed, exhausted, and overwhelmed, you can't give your best to anything in life. You can't build strong relationships, chase your goals, or even enjoy the small moments that truly matter. But here's the good news. No matter how difficult things feel right now, you are not stuck. You are not broken. You are not alone. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow stronger, to learn more about yourself, and to take control of your future. It starts with small steps, acknowledging how you feel, allowing yourself to rest, seeking help when you need it, and choosing to let go of the things that no longer serve you. Most importantly, don't let anyone convince you that your mental health isn't important. The world will always demand more from you, more effort, more success, more perfection. But you don't have to prove yourself to anyone. Your value isn't measured by how much you achieve, but by how you take care of yourself along the way. Success without peace of mind isn't success at all. So if you take one thing from this message, let it be this: you matter. Your mental health matters. Your struggles do not define you, but how you rise from them does. The hardest battles create the strongest warriors, and you are stronger than you know. It's time to take back control, silence the doubt, and believe in yourself, because no one else can do it for you. Why does Gen Z struggle with anxiety and depression more than any generation before? The answer isn't simple, but it's real. You were born into a world that moves faster than ever. Technology, social media, endless information, it's a constant flood of stimulation, pressure, and expectation. You're expected to keep up, to always be productive, to have a perfect life, and when you don't, that voice in your head whispers that you're failing. But here's the truth: you are not failing. You are navigating a world that wasn't built for mental peace, and that struggle is real. Anxiety and depression don't come out of nowhere. They're built over time through pressure, comparison, isolation, and unrealistic expectations. From a young age, you've been told that success is everything. Get good grades, go to a top school, land a high-paying job, and be successful. But no one tells you how to handle the stress, the uncertainty, the fear of failing. Instead, you're left figuring it out on your own, often feeling like you're the only one struggling. But you're not alone. Millions feel the same way, even if they don't say it out loud. Social media has amplified this struggle. You scroll through highlight reels of other people's lives, seeing their successes, vacations, relationships, and achievements. But what you don't see is their pain, their struggles, their sleepless nights, and yet you compare your reality to their illusion. This constant comparison makes you feel like you're not enough, that you're falling behind, that you're failing at life. The pressure to be perfect is suffocating, and it creates an endless cycle of anxiety and self-doubt. But it's not just social media. The world itself has become more unpredictable than ever. Economic instability, global crisis, uncertainty about the future. Gen Z is growing up in a time where nothing feels secure. Older generations had a clearer path: work hard, get a job, build a life. But for you, the path is blurred. College degrees don't guarantee jobs. The cost of living is rising, and the traditional idea of success feels harder to reach. It's no wonder so many young people feel lost, overwhelmed, and unsure of what the future holds. And then there's the loneliness. Despite being the most connected generation, you also feel the most alone. Real conversations have been replaced by texts and DMs. Friendships feel surface level, relationships are harder to navigate, and meaningful connections seem rare. Humans are wired for connection, but the modern world has made it harder to find. And when you feel alone, your struggles feel heavier. But here's what you need to know: struggling doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human. Anxiety and depression are battles, but they are battles you can overcome. The first step is recognizing that your feelings are valid. You don't have to have everything figured out right now. You don't have to be perfect. What you do need is to be kind to yourself, to reach out when you need help, and to understand that your worth is not defined by how much you achieve. You are more than your struggles. You are more than your doubts. The world may be overwhelming, but you are stronger than you think. Keep going. Social media has become an inseparable part of modern life, shaping the way people connect, communicate, and even perceive themselves. But for Gen Z, who grew up in the digital age, social media is more than just a tool. It's a mirror reflecting an often unrealistic version of reality. The impact it has on self-worth is undeniable, and for many it's the silent thief of confidence, happiness, and inner peace. Every day you scroll through perfectly curated posts, flawless selfies, success stories, and luxurious lifestyles. Everyone seems to have it all figured out: fitness goals achieved, dream job secured, relationships thriving. But what's often hidden behind the filters and captions is the truth: struggle, insecurity, failure, and self-doubt. You don't see the countless failed attempts before the success. You don't see the anxiety behind the smile. You don't see the loneliness behind the viral post. And yet, despite knowing social media isn't always real, it still affects the way you see yourself. Comparison becomes inevitable. You start questioning why your life doesn't look as exciting as theirs, why you don't have the perfect body, the ideal relationship, or the level of success that others seem to flaunt effortlessly. This constant comparison breeds self-doubt, making you feel like you're falling behind, like you're not good enough. But here's the truth. Social media is a highlight reel, not real life. People share their best moments, not their worst. They post the victories, not the struggles. And chasing an illusion of perfection will only lead to disappointment. But it's not just about comparison, it's about validation. Social media has created a culture where self-worth is measured by likes, comments, and followers. A single post can dictate how you feel about yourself. If it gets attention, you feel valued. If it doesn't, you start questioning yourself. Am I not interesting enough? Not attractive enough? Not successful enough? The cycle is exhausting, and it takes a toll on mental health. External validation becomes addictive, and when it doesn't come, self-esteem crumbles. And then there's the pressure to maintain an online persona. The need to constantly appear happy, successful, and put together even when in reality, you're struggling. Social media makes it seem like everyone else is thriving while you're stuck. But the truth is, no one has it all figured out. No one is happy all the time. Everyone has insecurities, battles, and moments of self-doubt. The difference is that most people don't post about them. So how do you break free? It starts with awareness, recognizing that social media does not define your worth. Learning to consume content mindfully without letting it dictate your self-esteem. Limiting screen time, unfollowing accounts that make you feel less than, and focusing on real-life connections rather than virtual validation. Most importantly, understanding that your value isn't tied to online approval, but to who you are beyond the screen. You are more than a like count, more than a filter, more than an algorithm's approval. Your worth is real, with or without social media. Fear and self-doubt are two of the biggest obstacles standing between you and the life you truly want. They creep in silently, whispering that you're not good enough, not smart enough, not capable enough. They convince you to stay in your comfort zone, to avoid risks, to settle for less than you deserve. But here's the truth: fear is a liar, and self-doubt is a thief. They steal your confidence, your dreams, and your ability to take action. If you let them control you, they will keep you stuck in the same place forever. From a young age, you've been conditioned to avoid failure. Schools reward perfection, society praises success, and no one talks about the countless failures that come before any achievement. This fear of failing has created a generation that hesitates, second guesses, and overthinks instead of taking bold steps forward. You tell yourself, what if I mess up? What if people judge me? What if I'm not good enough? But the real question is, what if you never try? What if you let fear dictate your life? What if you miss out on your potential because you were too afraid to fail? The truth is, failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of it. Every successful person you admire has faced failure, rejection, and setbacks. The difference is they didn't let it define them. They used it as fuel to grow, to learn, to get better. Self-doubt will always try to convince you that you're not ready, that you need more time, more skills, more confidence before you take action. But confidence doesn't come from waiting, it comes from doing. Action is the cure for fear. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, even in small ways, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your doubts. One of the biggest lies fear tells you is that you're alone in your struggles, that everyone else has it figured out except you. But that's not true. Every person you see, no matter how confident they appear, has moments of doubt. The difference is they push through it. They refuse to let fear make their decisions for them. And you have that same power. The power to take control, to step forward even when it's uncomfortable, to believe in yourself even when it feels impossible. So how do you overcome fear and self-doubt? You face them. You stop waiting for the perfect moment and start taking imperfect action. You remind yourself that growth happens outside of comfort zones. You stop seeking approval from others and start trusting yourself. And most importantly, you recognize that fear is just an emotion, not a reality. It only has power if you give it power. You are more capable than you think. You are stronger than your fears. The life you want is on the other side of doubt. It's time to step into it. Your mindset is everything. It determines how you see yourself, how you handle challenges, and ultimately, how far you go in life. If you believe you're not good enough, you'll act like you're not good enough. If you believe success is out of reach, you'll never chase it. But if you shift your mindset, if you start believing that you are capable, that you are worthy, that you are built for greatness, everything changes. The power of mindset isn't just a cliche, it's the foundation of success, happiness, and resilience. Most people don't fail because they lack talent or intelligence. They fail because they've already lost the battle in their minds. They let negative thoughts take control. I'm not smart enough. I'll never be successful. What if I try and fail? These thoughts aren't just passing doubts, they shape your reality. When you constantly tell yourself you can't do something, your brain finds ways to prove you right. But when you start telling yourself you can, your mind starts looking for ways to make it happen. Think about the most successful people in the world. Do you think they never had doubts? Of course they did. But they refused to let those doubts stop them. They trained their minds to focus on possibilities instead of limitations. They didn't wait for confidence to magically appear. They built it by taking action, by failing, learning, and pushing forward. And you can do the same. Your mind is like a muscle. If you feed it negativity, fear, and doubt, it will stay weak. But if you train it with self-belief, determination, and resilience, it will become your greatest weapon. The way you talk to yourself matters. The thoughts you entertain matter. Every time you catch yourself thinking, I can't, replace it with, I will. Every time fear tries to hold you back, remind yourself that fear is a liar. Every time you feel like giving up, remember that breakthroughs come after the hardest moments. Building a powerful mindset isn't about ignoring struggles or pretending life is easy. It's about choosing how you respond to challenges. It's about refusing to let setbacks define you. It's about understanding that failure isn't permanent, quitting is. You have a choice every single day. Let circumstances control you, or take control of your mind and rewrite your story. So what kind of mindset will you choose? Will you let fear and doubt keep you stuck? Or will you step up and claim the life you deserve? The power is in your hands. Change your mind, and you'll change your life. You are stronger than you think. No matter what you've been through, no matter how many times you've fallen, you are still here. You've survived every difficult day, every challenge, every moment when you thought you couldn't go on. That means you have resilience inside you more than you realize. Strength isn't about never struggling. It's about pushing forward even when things feel impossible. It's about refusing to let life break you no matter how hard it tries. The problem is, most people don't recognize their own strength. They focus on their failures, their weaknesses, and their doubts instead of seeing the warrior within them. But take a step back and look at your life. Think about everything you've overcome. The sleepless nights, the moments of heartbreak, the times when you felt completely lost, and yet you kept going. That is strength. That is resilience. That is proof that you are capable of handling whatever comes next. Life will always test you. It will throw challenges your way, make you question yourself, and push you to your limits. But the people who succeed, the people who truly live, are the ones who don't back down. They take the pain and turn it into power. They take the failures and turn them into lessons. They take the setbacks and turn them into comebacks. And you have that same ability within you. Strength isn't about pretending everything is fine when it's not. It's about facing your struggles head on and refusing to let them define you. It's about acknowledging your pain, but choosing to rise anyway. It's about realizing that every battle you fight is shaping you into the person you're meant to be. Every scar tells a story of survival. Every challenge builds the foundation for your future success. But strength isn't just about pushing through, it's also about knowing when to rest, when to ask for help, when to be kind to yourself. Too many people think that being strong means doing everything alone, but real strength is knowing that you don't have to. It's okay to lean on others, it's okay to take a break. Strength is not about never falling, it's about always getting back up. So the next time life hits you hard, remember who you are. Remember everything you've already conquered. You are not weak, you are not broken. You are a fighter, a survivor, a warrior. And no matter what comes your way, you have the strength to face it, to grow from it, and to come out even stronger on the other side. Keep going. Your story isn't over yet. At the end of the day, everything comes down to one decision. Will you let life control you, or will you take control of your life? The truth is, no one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success, happiness, or peace of mind. If you want a better life, a stronger mindset, and real change, you have to take responsibility for yourself. You have to stop making excuses, stop blaming circumstances, and start taking action. The power to change your life has always been in your hands. You just have to claim it. Too many people wait for the right time to change. They tell themselves they'll start working on their goals tomorrow. They'll take care of their mental health later. They'll chase their dreams when they feel ready. But the truth is, there is no perfect moment. There is only now. If you keep waiting, life will pass you by, and one day you'll look back and realize that fear, doubt, and hesitation robbed you of the life you could have had. They don't let that happen. Taking control of your life doesn't mean you have to figure everything out at once. It means making small, intentional choices every day that move you forward. It means setting boundaries, cutting out negativity, and surrounding yourself with people who lift you up. It means taking care of your mind, your body, and your soul. It means doing the hard things, facing your fears, pushing through discomfort, and believing in yourself even when no one else does. No one said life would be easy, but the people who succeed, who find happiness, who build a life they love, are the ones who refuse to let their circumstances define them. They don't wait for opportunities, they create them. They don't dwell on failures, they learn from them. They don't let fear stop them, they use it as fuel to keep going. And you can do the same. It all starts with a decision to stop letting life happen to you and start making life happen for you. A decision to stop settling and start striving. A decision to stop saying someday and start saying now. You have one life, one chance to make it meaningful, to make it powerful, to make it yours. The only question is, will you take control, or will you let life pass you by? The choice is yours. Your journey doesn't end here. Everything you've been through, every challenge you've faced, every doubt you've had, it has all been shaping you for something greater. But the future isn't just something that happens to you. It's something you create. You have the power to decide where your life goes from here. You have the power to rise above your struggles, to turn your pain into strength, to write a story that inspires others. No one is saying it will be easy. Growth never is. Changing your mindset, pushing past fear, and building a life of purpose takes effort. It takes commitment. But if you want more from life, more success, more peace, more meaning, you have to be willing to fight for it. You have to refuse to settle for mediocrity. You have to wake up every day and remind yourself that you are capable, that you are strong, that you are worthy. But most importantly, you have to take action. It's not enough to just hope for change. You have to create it. You have to take responsibility for your life, for your choices, for your future. No one else can do it for you. No one else will walk this path for you. This is your journey, your fight, your life. And the only person who can decide how it turns out is you. So ask yourself, what kind of life do you want to live? What kind of person do you want to become? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? Because every decision you make today is shaping your future. Every action you take, every thought you entertain, every habit you build, it all matters. And if you want a future that excites you, that fulfills you, that makes you proud, you have to start building it now. This is your time, your moment, your opportunity to step into your power and become everything you were meant to be. No more waiting. No more doubting. No more holding yourself back. The world needs you at your best. It needs your passion, your ideas, your strength. And you owe it to yourself to give life everything you've got. Your story isn't over. In fact, it's just beginning. Now go and write the next chapter with everything you have.